Back with Shawn. Shawn, you had mentioned earlier that you talk to people that want to get into the radio business, whether it be in the high school or in the college age kids. What is the message that you say to them or share with them based on your own experience?
Well, I have a personal motto that I hold and dear to me ever since I started this business, and it goes, you want to build your legacy to become a legend for the Legion. And as you maneuver through whatever it is you do in life for a career status, you want to build that legacy. And once you get to the apex of where you are, then you become a legend, because the Legion are the people that admire what you do. They read about what you do, they hear about what you do, and you become somewhat of a testimonial inspiration for them, because as they try to get themselves in perspective of what they want to do with it and try to find themselves in the business of whatever it is that they want to do in life as a career, you become that guiding light per se. And it's not that people don't support what they do or support what we do, it's just that they don't understand where we're going with it and what we're trying to do.
How important is it for your importance in mentoring somebody who wants to get into the radio, broadcasting, or sports business? Is that something that you do as a give back, or is that something that you are very passionate about? That you want to kind of get the next group of broadcasters, you want to share your story, your story of perseverance and how the struggles that you went through and all the no's that you heard before you heard the first yes.
Yeah, it's a combination of both. I'm very passionate about it, and at the same time, it is a give back, because as myself maneuvered and was going through what I was going through in the business, I ran across a lot of interesting people. People like Butch Davis, people like Adam Schefter, people like the late Stuart Scott of ESPN. Just a whole array of people. Artie Clear out of Philadelphia, who has his own show, along with Seth Joyner, former Philadelphia Eagles great. They kind of like gave me pointers as I started to become something in this business. And I started networking and going to these events and going to places like this and meeting people such as them. They started to gravitate to me a little bit more and say, hey, you know what? You got something here. I see you going somewhere with this. Feel free to contact me anytime. Feel free to, if you have any question you want to add, any tip, any point, let me know. So when it started happening for me like that, I said I have to pay it back. I have to pay it full. And for those that trying to get into this business, whether it be working with me at Midwest Communications, just starting out, or I go to a speaking engagement like at the Pistons networking event or the Pacers networking event or the NFL Combine or the draft or whatever I'm going to be speaking at, I network with them and I conversate with them and we exchange information and stuff like that. And I get good feedback from that. I actually have college kids and high school kids that actually contact me, whether it be on LinkedIn, whether it be on my Facebook page or my Twitter page or whatever, wanting to get some information and wanting to know how to do this. And I always stay in direct dialogue with them and stay in constant contact with them, because that is so important to their nurturing of coming up, because if they feel that nobody don't want to reach out to them, they're going to not want to do it.
It's about encouraging.
Yeah.
We had talked during the break here a second where we both acknowledged that many are called to a particular profession, whether it be in a broadcasting or radio business or in the sports business or art or entertainment in general. What do you say to those that have the passion but may not have the talent to actually fulfill their dream? Do you?
Yeah, I tell them, work on it. Work on that craft. If that's the thing that's keeping you from getting the brass ring of what you're trying to do, work on it. Make that the focal point of what you're trying to get done. So that, because I tell them a lot, if production is your thing, or photography is your thing, or editing is your thing, but you're not quite capable of mastering it yet, but you know that's the key to get you into a business like the media or television or radio, work on it. Because that's what I had to do. Like I was saying during the break, I had the audio thing down pat, and everybody loved my show and hold on, y'all. But then I had the one question that came across me on one of my pages. We want to see some video. Uh-oh. Now I hit a stumbling block. So what I had to do, I had to work on that. I went down to the Epic Center, downtown Kalamazoo, took free camera classes, got my certification to becoming a camera operator, and worked on that, using the software system and just learning about it. And then before you knew it, I can now run a television studio camera, as well as a mini, tiny, small camcorder.
Wow.
You know, so and that was part of the reinventing of myself,
Right.
to maintain my status in the business.
Because it's important for, or do you agree that it's important for anybody that gets into the media business overall, regardless of what discipline you're in, that you have to offer a level of value or perceptual value to the person that will be hiring you? I mean, you can't just focus on one competency, like you said. For an example, you cover an array of sports. You cover basketball, you cover football, you cover hockey, you cover baseball, right? So being the person that covers all these sports, you have to have a vested and emotional interest in all those sports.
Right.
You know, so are you the guy that keeps pouring in all the stats and categorizes them, and are you that guy?
Yeah, I'm that guy that does it. Like you said, here in Kalamazoo, I cover pretty much all of the sports. I cover everywhere from Western Michigan to the Growlers, to the K-Wings, to the Tigers, to the Lions. You name it, I'm there. And part of the forte of going about doing that is that, you know, you have to be somewhat of a statistician. You have to be somewhat of the guy that does the interview, pre and post game interviews, and doing the pre and post game shows. I'm got my cameras up and I'm doing the camera work, shooting all angles. I got my camera around my neck and I'm taking photos, and so you pretty much have to be a one-man band. And the one person that I learned from that did that early in my career was Ed Kondersky. Ed now works for the University of Michigan, but Ed was the sports director at News 3 for a long time before Andy took over. And Andy's another dear friend of mine. And I used to see, when I used to work for the K-Wings back in 2010 when they made their Kelly Cup run, I used to see Ed all the time at the stadium. He got his camera, he's setting up shop, he's taking a shot over here, he's over in this section, he's over in that section, and then before you know it, he's gone, he's back at the studio, he's putting it all together, getting it ready for the 11:30 hour for the sports segment. And then he's doing all the voiceovers, he's narrating everything. And I got a chance to interview Ed. And that was one of my greatest accomplishments, was to meet the man that I looked up to for a long time, living out here doing his thing.
So Ed was your mentor.
Yeah, to start out. Yep. And me and Ed, we still talk today.
Oh, nice.
You know, we still talk today. And I asked how he doing, I asked how his wife doing and everything like that. And I try to talk to Ed at least once every other week or something like that, because I know he's very busy. But when I do call, never hesitate to answer that phone.
Nice.
Never hesitate, you know, no matter what it is he's doing.